Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. I have gone out for walkies today because it is almost 1:30 p.m. You can see my clock there. I should have just looked that way instead of twisting my neck around. Almost 1:30 p.m. and I am just now starting on this. Well, part of that was, of course, my own fault. I got back here about 11:30, so I headed out for walkies, and it was a long walk. It was like a 5-mile round trip. And then I stopped off at Walmart, and I got good stuff. I mean, I wish this wasn't organic. I wish it wasn't great value Walmart brand, but I bought stuff like lentils and chili beans. So there was lots of stuff like that, and I got good food like the such. And I also bought a box of 6 powdered donuts with raspberry fillings. I'm not gaining weight, but I'm not losing weight either. Because I ate that entire box of donuts and then immediately fell into a gluten coma. I have only just gotten able to move around and sit here and talk because I have been trying not to nod off too thoroughly in my chair for the past hour and some. And I know that I'm gluten intolerant. Plus, so much sugar inside of those things, there's a sugar crash. Because when you take an intense amount of sugar into your body, like if you eat 6 powdered jelly-filled donuts, if you do that, your blood sugar is going to spike. And your body, to take care of that, is going to flood your system with insulin to bring it down. Problem is, that's just a one-time influx. So that big wash of insulin slams your sugar way down. And it takes a while for everything to level back out. And until it does, crash on top of gluten coma. And I really need to stop eating glutinous products. I mean, I've eaten gluten my whole life and only really known that I'm gluten intolerant like in the past 5 years. And if you're gluten intolerant, you do damage to your digestive tract when you eat products with gluten in it. Now, I don't have it anywhere near as anyone who's, I can't even remember the name of the disease, like celiac disease, that it really just does a number on your digestive tract. It's not good on mine, but it's not doing horrific amounts of damage to my system. Damage, not horrendous, because I've eaten glutinous products my whole life, and it just knocks me out and does a number on my digestive tract. I'm going to pay for it. But that's the way life is too. Thumbs up for that. Past that, I really have not had a whole lot happening in my life. My sinuses and the way that I feel with the change in weather and stuff that's in the air, I don't have a cold. But while I don't have exactly allergies or hay fevers, leaf mold does make my sinuses fill up. And I have to blow my nose a lot. And that can drag you down. I get some other effects that tire me out more. So it sucks when it rains because I pay the price for it. And guess what it is today? It's a raining. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I certainly feel all nasally. Thumbs up. Oh, now that it's almost over, I'll talk about this. I've been meaning to. whenever we get to autumn, I can always tell it's autumn. Can you see the edges of my thumbs? It doesn't matter how humid it is, because it's been raining, but it's chill. And because it's chill, the skin on my thumbs has split again. And it's painful and awful because that's raw meat in there. But while it's painful, it does, the skin becomes less tender as the raw edges die, giving you a layer of epidermis, like this stuff, instead of just raw edges. But even though you're getting epidermis there, the edges of your nerves are a lot closer to the outside world than they're used to, and they really hurt. I have bonked those against things, and it is, it's the kind of thing you don't forget quickly. Thumbs up for that. Which, speaking thereof, your body likes to deposit calcium on things. So when I say your body, I don't mean yours in specific, but I also do, because if you're watching this and understanding the words, you're a human being, in which case this happens to you too. Your body will encapsulate stuff in calcium, or we'll just put calcium deposits in places for whatever reason. Like bone spurs is bone, and that's extra calcium. But I have, there's a little lump here on the edge in my thumb there. It's like a little calcium node. And I have a bunch of those in the edges of my fingers. And there's one here on the inside of this joint. And the fun thing about these little calcium deposits is when you bonk them, it doesn't feel good by touching and moving it. You bonk that, it's like getting hit with a hammer. Ow! So as you get older, get used to that joy. So thumbs up. Oh! Gosh. I wanted to get this out and I didn't, because on the character sheets that I had printed out for Heroes of Kalanor, I went through last night when I should have been getting ready to go for bed instead, and I used the rule book, and I made up 4 characters on the character sheets. Now, what they want you to do is to just fold these. So one half is your character sheet, the other half is your inventory stuff. But you can be, there's one of 4 races. There's human, elf, dwarf, and halfling. And then the stats are just, they're not rolled. If you're human, you have stats that you move into your hand-to-hand range, your strength, and your willpower and all that. And if you're an elf, you have a block of stats. You also have 7 points to spend on any of the stats that you want, but you can only put 2 points into them, maximum. So you can put 1 point into everything, or put 3 of them at 2 and then the last one at 1. But I went through, added a bunch of stuff up. There's your 2-hit things and all ready to go. I just need to, be able to get the things set up so that I can get the battle mats out. And since I have these that I can, at the very least, I can put a circle with an A or B or 1, 2, 3, 4 to indicate who's who as characters, or draw a goofy little face or whatever. So I've got little discs to indicate who is who. I have battle mats to move around. There are the generation systems in the Heroes of Kalanor book, and I used to have issues with mapping when I was younger, and that I didn't know how to make sure everything could be one-to-one. And as a GM, if you're making maps, how to make sure they're doing all of it right. Now my view on maps is throw something on the paper. if you can even halfway read it, awesome. Past that, I don't really worry about, oh, I got itchies on my upper lip. I don't really worry so much about the rules for what's what. And all the way up into the game Note Quest, I was the strict purist. But then it, for how to draw your map, just said, okay, yeah, there's a small room. No indications of what a small room was, or how you were supposed to do it if it came up to an edge. It was left up to you. And it took me a while, because that felt like I was banging my head on a brick wall, and then all of a sudden, poosh, I came out the other side, and I'm like, if you can read it, that's all that's important. So now, with the generation rules on there, and one of the first things they've got is a hall that's like 5 spaces wide and X number of spaces long, and it's like, what was I going to do if I didn't have that? Now I got 2 pieces of map board, I can just slap them together. Are they the right number of squares? Who cares? If I set them down, then they're the right number of squares. So thumbs up. It's good to be able to make conceptual leaps. And hey, if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Did I say that all right? I think so. But if you could definitely share this video with people that you think would like to watch an old man yammer on incomprehensibly about absolutely inane subjects, that would be awesome. Thumbs up and thank you. Past that, I am continuing to work on my creative settings and subjects, especially the solo RPG setting, working and continuing all the things with the 3 different races, well, 3 different species, not races, and how, of course, those on Karthkog are 3 different species as well, all descended from a common ancestor, which of course all of them were. And as I was telling my therapist, but I've never mentioned this part all the way up to the top, the Goya on the setting, they're human beings. There is not a single Caucasian among them. The continent that they speciate upon, because the common ancestor are the Dwaylen. The Dwaylen are what everyone on the planet would have been. But with the war that split up the continents and made things awful 5 million years back, that split up the developing Australopithecine type being, and they speciated out differently on other continents. Now to try and remember where I was and where I was going. Because I remember I was talking about the people on Karth. Ah, yes, the humans on Stelden, the Goya. Oh, I'm so sorry I have ADHD. They're, because of their continent being, equatorial and such like that, their skin tones range from very deep black to very, very light, but not Caucasian. And those that are on the continent of Karthkog, those, the Hulat, the Orkani, the Apani, and the Habani, they all have skin tones of anywhere from basically, if you wanted to, as examples to point at and say, oh, it's this sort of thing. If you look at from the southern American United States border, from the Mexico on down to the tip of the South American continent, that is the range of skin tones that you will find on Karthkog, except there's also some grays and greens mixed in on some. Not anything that's deep, just like you'd notice in certain lights. And that's the range there. Now the Tsandako and Elvandri, which is same thing, it's just that on Karthkog when they came up, the Orkani did their best to preserve language and culture, Whereas over on the other two continents with the Goya and the Dwaylen, they just were absorbed into culture. Everything that they had was lost. Everything that they have now is the adopted cultures. But they have their own various skin tonations. But the Dwaylen, their skin tones generally range from eggshell to off-white. They're pretty bloody Caucasian. Their skin has a very light melanin in it, and so they don't burn. But that's who they are. And the Dwaylen are effectively what we would think of as elves. And the Elvandri/Sondako are effectively dwarves. But they're effectively being the terms, and everybody's common ancestor was the elves. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, as well, hey, if you're a patron, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. You are beautiful and awesome people. You take me from a badly hurting monkey to just a hurting monkey, but it's better than being down here and hurting. So thumbs up, thank you. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And if you've left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. It is appreciated. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up and heart each comment that YouTube will allow me, and I answer as many as my nerve compression, that's the word I was looking for, my nerve compression will allow, which is not as many as I would like, but at least I try. So thumbs up there as well. Yay! So I'm going to continue trying to take it easy today. I got computer games I want to play. I have physical games that I want to continue trying to figure out and play. There's a ton of stuff. Oh my god. I'm 62 and looking at all the games that I have never finished. And if I sat down and just played them all one by one, I don't know that I would get all my computer games finished before I died of old age. I have halfway reconciled myself to experiencing 98% of the games that I own as just experiencing them, not really being able to play them all the way through or even very far, but just experiencing them. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm going to continue thinking creatively. Hopefully you can do what you would like to get done. Whew, I'm going to try that in English. Hopefully you can do what you would like to get done. That would be very, very cool. But of course, if you can't, please do not beat yourself up. Harming yourself in that fashion, and by harming yourself, I just mean beating yourself up mentally, is not a good thing. You deserve better. And since it's you doing it to you, hey. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. Indeed. So, you take care. I wish I had words of wisdom. The only thing I can say that even is halfway wise is lentils taste really good. You can use lentils to supplement anything, and they're good. So thumbs up. You take care.